Have you ever wondered how top CEOs like Elon Musk and Bill Gates manage to juggle multiple companies, read dozens of books, and still have time for personal interests? The answer isn't superhuman willpower or endless hours. It's a simple, powerful system called time blocking. Unlike traditional to-do lists, time blocking assigns every task a specific slot in your calendar, turning vague intentions into real commitments. Today, we'll break down how this method works, why it's so effective, and how you can start using it to reclaim your time, no matter your role or schedule. A Yale study found that CEOs who use time blocking are 300% more productive than those who rely on traditional to-do lists. That's not a typo, 3 times more productive. But here's the best part. You don't have to be a CEO to benefit. All you need is a calendar and a willingness to try something new. In the next few minutes, you'll learn how the world's most productive people structure their days and how you can steal their system starting tomorrow. Time blocking is deceptively simple. Instead of jotting down a list of tasks, you assign each one a specific block of time in your calendar. For example, instead of writing "Write report" on a list, you schedule "Write report" Monday, 9 to 10:30 a.m. The difference? A to-do list is a wish. A calendar block is a commitment. Research shows that people who schedule specific times for their goals are 76% more likely to achieve them than those who just write them down. Let's see the difference in action. A typical to-do list might say, check email, write report, call clients, prep for meetings, go to the gym. But with time blocking, your day is mapped out. 8 to 8:30 a.m., email. 8:30, 10:30 a.m., deep work. 10:30, 11 a.m., break, and so on. Every minute is accounted for, and every task has a home. This eliminates decision fatigue and keeps you focused on what matters most. Cal Newport, author of Deep Work, swears by time blocking, calling it the most effective productivity strategy he's ever used. But here's the secret. The goal isn't to follow your schedule perfectly. The real power is in being intentional about where your time goes. Even if you have to adjust, you're making conscious choices instead of reacting to whatever comes up. Why does time blocking work so well? There are 4 psychological reasons. First, Parkinson's law. Work expands to fill the time available. If you give yourself all day to write an email, it'll take all day. Second, context switching kills productivity. Every distraction costs you 23 minutes of focus. Third, decision fatigue is real. Every micro decision drains your energy. And fourth, the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain obsesses over unfinished tasks, but relaxes when tasks are scheduled. Here's a mind-blowing stat. The average person spends 2 hours a day just figuring out what to work on. That's 10 hours a week, or 65 full workdays a year. Time blocking gives you those hours back by eliminating indecision and making every minute count. Imagine what you could accomplish with that extra time. Let's build your system. Start with the weekly blueprint. Every Sunday, spend 30 minutes planning your week. Ask yourself, what are my 3 biggest priorities? What recurring commitments do I have? What do I need time for work, personal, rest? Create a default week template. For students, this might mean morning routines, deep work blocks, classes, and personal time. For professionals, it's email, deep work, meetings, and reviews. This skeleton saves you time and mental energy all week. Not all time blocks are created equal. There are 5 types you need. Deep work blocks for your most important demanding tasks. Shallow work blocks for admin and lighter work. Meeting blocks to batch meetings together. Break blocks to rest your brain. And buffer blocks for overflow and transitions. The secret sauce? Most people pack their calendars too tight, build in buffers to stay on track and avoid feeling like a failure when things run over. Here's an advanced move. Theme your days. CEOs like Jack Dorsey assign each day a focus: Monday for management, Tuesday for product, Wednesday for marketing, and so on. Students and professionals can adapt this too. The benefit? Your brain knows what to expect, so you get into the right mindset faster and reduce the friction of switching between different types of work. Only schedule 60% of your day. Leave 40% flexible. Why? Because life happens: unexpected meetings, urgent requests, or creative insights. If you schedule every minute, you're setting yourself up for stress and disappointment. The 60/40 rule creates a realistic, sustainable system that adapts to real life. Time boxing is time blocking's aggressive cousin. You set a strict time limit and work within it, no matter what. For example, instead of working on a presentation until it's done, you work on it for 90 minutes. Whatever's done at the end is what you have. This creates urgency, prevents perfectionism, and forces prioritization. Ready to get started? In your first week, lay the foundation. On Sunday, open your calendar app and create your default week template. Block out non-negotiables like sleep and meals. Then identify your best 3-hour window for deep work. Each evening, spend 10 minutes planning tomorrow. Assign specific tasks to each block and color code your blocks. Protect your deep work time, like your life depends on it. Now that you have the basics, it's time to optimize. Track your energy levels at the end of each block for a week to discover your peak hours. Adjust block lengths based on what actually works for you. Identify time thieves like email notifications or social media and create systems to block them during focus time. You're training your time estimation and focus skills. In week 3, add advanced techniques. Start with a morning startup ritual. Review today's blocks, visualize completing them, eliminate distractions, and set your intention. End your day with a shutdown ritual. Review what you completed, move unfinished tasks to tomorrow, plan your next day, and close all work apps. This creates strong boundaries between work and rest. Schedule a daily flex block at the end of your workday. If everything went to plan, use it for learning, planning, or going home early. If things ran over, you have buffer space to catch up. This simple addition can make your system much more forgiving and sustainable. Every Friday, spend 30 minutes on a weekly review. Ask yourself, what worked? What didn't? How accurate was my time estimation? What do I need to adjust next week? This is where the magic compounds. By constantly improving your system, you get better and better results. You don't need fancy tools to start time blocking. Google Calendar is free, simple, and integrates with everything. Fantastical offers a premium experience with natural language input. TimeBlock is designed specifically for time blocking, and Sunsama combines your calendar with task management. Start simple, get fancy later. To supercharge your time blocking, try complementary tools. Rescue Time tracks where your time actually goes. Freedom blocks distracting websites during focus blocks. Forest gamifies staying focused. And Clockwise uses AI to optimize your calendar. But remember, tools are only as good as your commitment to the system. What if your day is too unpredictable? Use smaller blocks and more buffers. Instead of 3-hour deep work blocks, try 45-minute blocks. Leave 50% of your day flexible instead of 40%. The goal isn't rigidity, it's intentionality. Adapt the system to your reality, not the other way around. If meetings dominate your schedule, implement meeting blocks. Batch all meetings on specific days or hours. For example, only take meetings on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 1 to 4 p.m. If you can't control your meeting schedule, protect your most productive hours, usually before noon, for focused work. Interruptions are productivity killers. Use a 3-part solution. 1. Visual signals headphones on or door closed means do not disturb. 2. Communication. Tell your team or family your focus blocks. 3. Emergency protocol. Set up a backup channel for true emergencies only. Protect your deep work time fiercely. Do you feel guilty taking breaks? Reframe your thinking. Breaks aren't lazy, they're strategic. Research shows that brief diversions dramatically improve focus. Schedule breaks and protect them. Your afternoon productivity depends on it. What if you don't finish a task in its block? It happens especially at first. Move the task to your emergency overflow block. Reassign it to tomorrow or reduce its scope. The key is not to let one overrun derail your entire day. Move on at the scheduled time and adjust tomorrow's plan. Does time blocking feel too rigid? Remember, your calendar is a tool, not a tyrant. If inspiration strikes or you need a mental health break, adjust your plan. The point is conscious choice, not robotic following. You're the CEO of your time. Adjust as needed. Meet Sarah, a marketing manager. Before time blocking, she was overwhelmed, working 10-hour days and never finishing her priority projects. After adopting time blocking, she reduced her work hours to 7 per day, completed her biggest project in 3 weeks, and got promoted within 4 months. Her key change? A 3-hour morning deep work block, no exceptions. Marcus, a college student, used to pull all-nighters and constantly felt behind. After implementing time blocking, he created a consistent study schedule, stopped cramming, and even found time for a social life. His GPA jumped from 2.8 to 3.6. The secret? 90-minute study blocks for each subject, scheduled throughout the week. Jennifer, an entrepreneur, went from 80-hour weeks in burnout to 40-hour weeks, doubled business revenue, and started a family. Her key change was theming her days Monday for strategy, Tuesday for content, and so on, and a hard stop at 5 p.m. Constraints forced her to work smarter, not harder. What do Sarah, Marcus, and Jennifer have in common? None of them worked more hours. They worked smarter. Time blocking didn't give them more time, it gave them control over their time. That's the real power of this system, and it's available to anyone willing to try. Once a month, design your ideal week without any constraints. What would a perfect week look like? Then compare it to your actual week. Where are the gaps? This exercise reveals your true priorities versus your reality, so you can start closing the gap one block at a time. Not all hours are equal. An hour of focused morning work beats 3 hours of tired afternoon work. Track when you're most alert, creative, and energized. Schedule your most important work during those windows. Energy management is often more powerful than time management. Each day, aim for 3 hours on your most important project, 3 shorter tasks or meetings, and 3 maintenance activities like email or admin. This ensures you're making progress on what matters while still handling daily necessities. It's a simple formula for balanced productivity. At the end of each day, color code your calendar based on what you actually did: deep work, shallow work, meetings, distractions, or breaks. After a week, you'll see the truth about where your time goes. This insight is often shocking, but it's the first step to real change. Before scheduling anything, ask yourself, is this the best use of my time? If not, decline it, delegate it, or move it to a less valuable time slot. Your time is your most valuable asset, protected accordingly. Group similar tasks together to minimize context switching. Process email twice daily. Stack phone calls back to back. Run errands in one trip. And schedule creative work in long, uninterrupted blocks. Batching tasks can save you 20 to 30 minutes per switch and dramatically boost your efficiency. To make time blocking stick, start with the basics. In your first week, block 2 hours daily for your most important work. Schedule breaks and track what works and what doesn't. Don't try to overhaul your entire schedule overnight. Master one block at a time. In week 2, extend time blocking to your full workday. Add themed days if they fit your life, and refine block lengths based on what you learned in week 1. The key is gradual, sustainable change, not perfection. By week 3, implement advanced strategies. Fine-tune your energy management, build in morning and evening rituals, and continue to optimize your system. You're building a habit that will serve you for years to come. By week 4, your system should feel natural. Continue weekly reviews and help someone else learn the system. Teaching reinforces your own learning. You're on your way to mastery, and the benefits will only grow over time. If you commit to time blocking for 30 days, you'll reclaim 10+ hours per week, complete your most important projects, feel less stressed, and wonder how you ever lived without this system. But remember, reading doesn't create results, implementation does. Ready to start? Right now, open your calendar app, find tomorrow's best 2-hour window, block it for your most important task, add a break block after it, and turn off notifications during that time. This simple step is the beginning of a new way to work. Tonight, spend 15 minutes blocking out your entire day for tomorrow. Use the framework: deep work, meetings, shallow work, and breaks. Assign specific tasks to each block and set 2 or 3 realistic goals for the day. Preparation is half the battle. Tomorrow, follow your blocks as best you can. Notice what works and what doesn't. Don't aim for perfection, aim for intention. At the end of the day, review and adjust your plan for next time. Progress comes from consistent, intentional action. This weekend, spend 30 minutes creating your default week template. Plan next week using that template and schedule your weekly review for next Friday. Commit to the 30-day challenge and watch your productivity transform. The most important part? Start small. Don't try to time block every minute of every day right away. Begin with 1 2-hour deep work block per day and master that. Every CEO and productive person started here with one block and one decision to take control of their time. Your time is your life. Don't just spend it, invest it.